Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for another Brandon Hodge Q&A. This video is brought to you guys by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any event in the entire world, get them through SeatGeek. Use my last name, code Hodge, at checkout. You'll get $20 off your tickets. This is for first-time orders only, but if you used it before, make a new account with a new email. You still use the code Hodge. It'll get you $20 off any ticket for any event in the entire world over on SeatGeek. Brandon Hodge here, your king of vlog style. And ladies and gentlemen, today it's finally time to do another Q&A. This will be July 2024 Q&A. I try to do like a Q&A like every single month at least. I do live stream sometimes. Like I believe I'm doing a live stream this week as well where we'll also answer questions, but I like to have a dedicated video that stays on the channel where I can answer some of the questions you guys have, if it may be about the channel, about my opinions about wrestling, about what's going on in the future of the channel, anything under the sun, I will try to answer the questions. So nonetheless, I've asked you guys to ask me some questions on, different platforms I'm on. So if that may be Instagram, follow me on Instagram. If you don't, I do a lot of Instagram Reel videos now, which are exclusive to Instagram. As you guys are on YouTube here on this platform, you guys are watching this video on as well. So nonetheless, we got some questions from you guys, and I'm gonna be answering them, so let's go ahead and jump right in. First question comes from Instagram from the Wyatt fan. Oh no, he always asks the weirdest things. Okay, here we go. Why is beef brown if cows are black and white? Okay. From YouTube, at Christopher Balazar 7225. Hopefully I'm saying everyone's names right. I'm not really the best with words sometimes that I am not used to saying. Anyway, Christopher asks, what do you think about doing WrestleMania in Mexico City, Mexico? Okay, so this is a whole thing. WWE do, I believe, some live events down in Mexico, but you haven't really seen them do many big shows down there. You haven't seen them do really too much at all down there. Every once in a while they do like a Mexican house show tour or something like that. I will say this, it would be cool, I would like to see it culture-wise and everything like that, but as far as a reputation living here in the United States, everyone says Mexico is super dangerous, don't go to random places in Mexico like Mexico City or Tijuana or stuff like that. Don't do that. If you're going to Mexico, go to the really tourist areas where the resorts are and stuff like that, because Mexico is going to be very dangerous for Americans. Especially if you don't speak Spanish, Mexico can be confusing on its own. I think as far as a concept, it would be really, really cool. But as far as actuality and everyone concerned about safety and stuff like that, it's a bit iffy because the reputation, and I don't know what the truth is. I've never been to Mexico. I'm not very educated on what's happening in Mexico currently, but nonetheless, I believe for a very large show like that, a lot of things would have to go right, and they would have to have security and different things just to line up for like that. I mean, I would love to see WrestleMania just happen in every single country in the world, but it has to be done right, and I don't know if they're ready for that as of right now or in the near future, but maybe sometime in the future we can have WrestleMania somewhere in Mexico. I don't know if it's Mexico City or somewhere else, but of course, let me know your thoughts on this as well. This is kind of like a hot, controversial kind of topic, I guess, talking about WrestleMania in Mexico. So let me know your thoughts down below. I think it would be cool. I mean, there's a lot of professional wrestling history and culture in Mexico, which would be great to explore for a theme for WrestleMania and all that. But to make it happen, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Anything's possible in the future. All right, the next questions are coming to you from YouTube, from E. Wilkie. Hey, Brandon, what got you into ZZ Top? So if you guys don't know, I guess I did a ZZ Top vlog here on the channel. But yeah, I'm into ZZ Top. If you guys ever check me out playing guitar on various things, sometimes I'll be playing guitar around. I'll be playing a lot of ZZ Top. Everyone wants to know what really got me into that. I mean, as a child, I guess I heard bits and pieces of ZZ Top, but I was never super into it. But just ever since I started playing guitar, I've always loved that kind of blues rock thing. And you can't get more blues rock than like ZZ Top. You got the blues, right? And you make it really heavy. It's a really heavy rock kind of sound. And you got a fat, fun sound. And I love me some ZZ Top. Ever since I started playing guitar, their sound just like linked with me, and I absolutely loved it. So for a purpose of answering this question, it's not because they were my favorite band growing up or anything like that. It was just a guitar playing, figuring out what I liked, and finding a band that did that, and they're just freaking amazing. The next question also comes from YouTube, from at HTXDiaz18. Brandon, what is your least favorite WWE show you've ever been to? So I don't like to be a hater. I don't like to come on here and be like, that show sucked, that show was trash, I should have never went to that. So I feel like there were some shows that I may have used a lot of resources going to, like driving maybe to the other side of the country, driving like 20 hours for a show, or flying to the other side of the country for the show and going to the show and be like, oh, that show wasn't really worth everything I went through to get to this show. But naming them off my top of my head, I can't really do it. Any show that I would really think back on that I was like, oh, that was a bad experience, would probably be a show where I didn't have good seats, I wasn't able to see good, or like the side view. One that comes to mind, I went to like a SmackDown in like, I want to say it was like 2015 or something, and you know, you buy a ticket that says row 1, but the seats are sideways, so row 1's actually not row 1, and it's like your row numbers, your seat number. So I had like row 20 when I thought I had row 1. So that was probably the most upset I was for like a show. If I had to say like a bad show, I had a bad experience, that would be like a bad seat, or like me going overboard with resources getting the show. Like I drove like so many hours for house shows before, I drove like 12 hours just for a house show, which is kind of a waste. It's kind of like, that's probably not the best kind of investment there. But as far as thinking back as bad shit, they've all been fun. They've all been wonderful. That's their job to entertain. They do a wonderful job at it. And I can't really think of anything too negative or too bad that I've been to. But I would say the ones where I didn't have the best seats probably could have been a lot better. All right, the next question comes from Instagram from at the user at Ms.Sign.My.Protein. We got, hey Brandon, are you going to Bad Blood in Atlanta this year? Actually, yes I am. I am going to be at Bad Blood in Atlanta. It's not happening until October, but I will be there. I guess I'll be flying up to Tennessee to visit with my family and then driving to Atlanta, because Tennessee's a little closer to Atlanta than Orlando is, but still it's kind of like close to halfway. But nonetheless, I will be there. I'll be going to Bad Blood in Atlanta. Hopefully it's a good show. Hopefully we got a good card going on. I feel like Survivor Series is definitely going to up-show it and it'll be the bigger show, so it might be more of like a filler pay-per-view, but it's kind of like too close to me not to go to. So as far as Bad Blood Atlanta, as far as a King of Vlog style vlog through the lens of this very camera, giving you guys the experience of being at the show, is it going to happen? Hell yeah, it's going to happen. Bad Blood Atlanta, Brandon Hodge will be there. The next question also comes from Instagram from @RockPicksOfficial. Hey Brandon, when do you think John Cena's last match is happening, and who do you think John Cena's last match will be against? So of course Cena announced his retirement tour all of next year. Cena's gonna be back. He's been doing like a retirement tour. He's gonna be pretty much wrestling a full-time schedule. So I would imagine that's January from December, like he was saying. So as far as his last match, I guess his last match would probably be, if he's actually wrestling the full schedule, it would probably be like on like a house show or like just a regular TV episode. It wouldn't be a premium live event. And in recent years, we haven't even had a premium live event in December. So his last pay-per-view, I guess, would be Survivor Series, I guess. And as for his last feud, his last opponent, he's got to end this. What's his last match going to be? I don't think Cena's had his last match in 25. I think he's going to come back and wrestle. I just think as far as being like a part of the roster and a wrestler, he's not going to be there. I'm hoping that's what it's going to be. But anyway, Cena's last match, of course, you'd like to have it against like Kurt Angle or something. But Angle's already retired, so you can't do that. So, I mean, I'd love to see it against, like, Randy Orton or CM Punk, honestly. I mean, Orton probably would be more fitting since they came out of the same, like, wrestling school year in class and everything. And they went into business together. So Randy Orton, I believe, is a very good option. So is CM Punk, though. But probably Randy Orton's a good option. You do, like, Punk, have a feud with Cena in the summertime, do the the whole 2011 run again, have him wrestle at Money in the Bank, and SummerSlam through that, and then go ahead and have the end of the year ended out with Randy Orton. I believe that's a good option, so I'd say Randy Orton for his last match, I guess, would be a very, very good option, and his last match, I would imagine, would be, let's say, Survivor Series, but if he's wrestling through December, it might be on like a Raw or SmackDown. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the final question for the Brandon Hodge Q&A July 2024 edition. I will be doing another Q&A in August. I like to do these once a month, as well as I do live streams like every single week. If you guys don't know, make sure to join my live streams. I do them randomly, so make sure your notifications are on so you know that. Okay, so the final question is a two-parter question. So the first part of this question, who's this from? I gotta give everybody, read everybody's name here so everyone gets credit here. So this is from Instagram from @AaronJoshuaStevens. So how many title belts do you have? How many replica title belts do you have? And how many WWE shows have you been to? Okay, first part of this question, the title belts. Currently, I have 9 of them. So hopefully most of them are in shot. I know this camera angle's kind of high. There's 3 in each shelf. And then there's 3 behind me. I'll do like a replica title collection video here soon where I tell you guys about each title, where I got it, how much I paid for it, what year I got it, and all that kind of stuff will go in depth. But this is like my titles. Like this one, you got the WWE Spinner, you got the United States, you got the Intercontinental. In this one, you got the Winged Eagle, you got the SmackDown Women's, Raw Women's, World Heavyweight on top. Then the other 2 on the wall, the new US and the WWE, whatever this title is even called anymore. I guess that one's retired now because it's different. Nonetheless, I got 9 replica titles. Now on to the second part of your question. You asked how many WWE shows have I been to? Now, I don't really know exactly the vlog playlist here on the channel documents probably most of my shows I've been to. I think I went to around 10 shows before I started vlogging. So just add 10 to my playlist, whatever I currently have. Let me check currently. So currently my playlist for my wrestling show vlog says I've been to 120 wrestling shows, but there's probably like 10 more that I didn't vlog before I started doing YouTube. So I would say somewhere around 130 to maybe it was more, maybe 140 shows. So yeah, we've been to a lot of shows. So I definitely over 100 WWE wrestling shows. You gotta remember I started going to shows in like 2011. The current year is 2024, 2025 next year. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've been going to a lot of shows for a long time. But yeah, I've been to around 130 to 140 WWE shows somehow. But if you guys do not know, if you guys like the Brandon Hodge vlogs, there's like 120 wrestling show vlogs. So go to the Brandon Hodge wrestling show vlog playlist and watch all 120 because there is a lot of them. But nonetheless, guys, that is my Q&A for July 2024. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts, I guess, in the comments, or if you have more questions, ask them in the comments and maybe I'll reply to you guys or something like that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm your one and only undisputed king of Vlogstop, Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.